Okay, and I welcome you all for this class on transmission and distribution, where we are going to discuss with the module number 4, and we had covered regarding the concept of the intersheets, that is using of intersheets to have uniform grading of cables. Okay, so we know that the electrical stress will be maximum at the surface of the conductor, and as it goes near the sheet it will be minimum. All right, so that is where you are going to have the intersheets, using of intersheet to grading the cables, or in order to grade the cables. That is right. Now let me just brief what we had done right now. So we had started with G1 max and G2 max, the general equations, and we wanted the stress to be equal, and we had maintained the intersheets. So we introduced the two intersheets, and we were maintaining at different potentials. Okay, so that is where, in order to make the stress to be equal, okay, in all the uh, surface of the intersheets or the conductor, so we will be having the stress, that is the maximum and the minimum values, by choosing the values of the diameters of the two intersheets. Okay, so that is where you will be having G1 max equals G2 max equals G3 max. Okay, so where we'll be having V1 and V, so we are expressing it in different parameters, and we are obtaining what is G max. Okay, so G1 max. All right, so that is where you will be having the value of G1 max. So it get reduced by one third of 1 plus alpha squared. Okay, so that is where we are going to have this equation. If the intersheets are not being used in the equation, G1 max will be equal to V divided by small d by 2 ln of capital D by D, and the electrical stress reduced by a factor of 1 divided by one third 1 plus alpha squared. Okay, so that is the reduction factor. So I hope everyone has done with the derivation. Let us move on to the next derivation, that is using different permittivities. We are going to grade, or we are going to obtain the uniform distribution of electrical stress. Okay, so that is where we are going to do it or understand it. All right, so we are going to have the capacitance grading of cables. The second derivation is the capacitance grading of cables. After this capacitance grading of cables, we are going to have the numerical problems on both the uh, intersheathing grading and also the capacitance grading. The numerical problems will be discussed on that. Okay, so I want everyone's attention right now. It's like a small derivation. If you are done with the intersheathing derivation, you will find this one to be quite easy. Okay, so let's move on to the derivation. You know that we have the conductor. So what you are seeing there at the center is the conductor, and the outer one is the sheath. Okay, so here you are going to introduce different permittivity. So what you mean by it is, so you are going to have one of the concentric circle that has been introduced. Okay, that is nothing but another sheathing. So the gaps are having the different permittivities. Always remember that the gaps here are having the different permittivity. What I have shown here is epsilon 1, which is permittivity 1, epsilon 2, which is permittivity 2. Okay, so you have different diameters, and the grading is done by different layers of dielectric. Okay, underline, the grading is done by different layers of dielectrics having different permittivities between the core and the sheath. That's the reason why it is called as the capacitance grading. So you know that capacitance is like a parallel plate capacitor. So you will be having the distance between the two plates, and also you got the area of the plates. And most important thing to decide it is the permittivity of the material, or the permittivity which is there between the two plates there. All right. So that is where we are going to have such permittivities, that is between the conductor and one of the intersheets, and intersheet 1 and intersheet 2. Okay, so that is the final intersheet what you have got here. Okay, so the permittivity, which is epsilon 1 and epsilon 2. Okay, so we have got different diameters. We have we have got different diameters there. So where we are going to express it as different permittivities between the diameters there. Okay, so that is also one way. Fine. So again, how we are going to proceed with the derivation? We are going to have the electrical stress there. So the major difference, what you will be finding out here is the presence of composite dielectric, which was absent in intersheath grading. Okay, so in case of intersheath grading, so you will be having uh, no no composite dielectrics, and in case of this one, so we will be having the composite dielectrics. So composite dielectrics generally meaning it will be having different permittivity levels at that point. Okay. So next we are going to have the diameter D1, which is D1, which will be diameter of the dielectric with permittivity epsilon 1, and capital D is the diameter of the dielectric with the permittivity epsilon 2. Okay. So two diameters are there here. So in between the diameters, I'm going to introduce the permittivity epsilon 1 and epsilon 2. Okay, so that is what I mean by it. Okay, hope it is clear right now. Fine. So the stress at any point which is at a distance x is proportional to the proportional. Okay, so electric stress is proportional to the distance, so inversely proportional to the distance x. Okay, so how we can write the electric stress? Bhavana KS, can you tell me how we can write electric stress? Yes, Bhavana KS, can you tell me how we can write electric stress? Bhavana KS, are you there? Amrutesh KL, Amrutesh KL, Guru Kiran, how we can write electrical stress which is inversely proportional to the distance? How we can write it? Yes, how we can write it? The electrical stress which is inversely proportional to the distance.
Capital D
How
by small d.
electrical stress. See, if the electrical stress at a point x is Gx, how we can write it? Gx will be equal to Q divided by
2 pi x epsilon naught into
2 pi x into epsilon. Okay, so
epsilon
what we
naught.
had found in capacitance of a single core cable, the same way we are going to do that. All right. So we know that Gx will be equal to Q divided by 2 pi epsilon x. Now, once we have the inner dielectric and the outer dielectric, so how can we write it? So the inner dielectric and the outer dielectric, so G1 and G2. Okay, so G1 and G2 that will be having Q divided by inner dielectric. So what will be the dielectric of the inner circle? Guru Kiran, what will be the dielectric? Rakshita BA, Ambika, what will be the dielectric of the inner like along with the conductor and the first one? What will be the dielectric? G1 will be equal to
Q divided by 2 pi epsilon 1 x.
yes. So epsilon 1 will be the permittivity 1. Okay. So next, Prajwal is what will be the outer dielectric? What will be the outer dielectric? Prajwal, yes. Dhyan? Hashmit Ram? Hashmit Ram, are you there? There is no point in just going ahead with the derivation. I want you to answer. Yes, Shri Priya? Manoj C? How can you write the outer dielectric equation?
Q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught 2x.
Yeah, epsilon 2 into x, 2 pi epsilon 2. So where epsilon 2 is the permittivity 2. Good, Manoj. So we have got G1 and G2, which is of inner dielectric and outer dielectric electrical stress. So let us move on to the voltage in the overall grading. So how I can express the voltage in the overall grading? So again, you have to go for the integral because this is an AC system, so it will be continuously changing. So for any continuously changing time system, okay, so any continuously changing time system, you are going to integrate it. Okay, so you are going to integrate and you are going to get the answer. Now how are we going to start with the integration? So integral, so I have the radius, okay, so that is nothing but the surface what I'm taking there. So that is small d by 2 into as the lower one and d1 by 2, that is for g1 dx, plus integral d1 by 2 into capital D by 2 g2 dx. Okay, so can you let me know what will you get if you substitute g1 and g2? Can you evaluate the integral? Rohan is there? Rohan? Rohan? Yes, Rohan N. Pujari, are you there? Revant? Revant, are you there in the meeting? Revant, are you there in the meeting? Revant, are you there in the meeting? Pooja TC? Nitish?
Sir?
Yeah, Nitish, can you
Yes,
just
sir.
evaluate the integral which is there on the screen?
Yes, sir. Just a minute.
Evaluate the integral. Yeah, you can evaluate and you can let whatever the answer that you know, whatever the answer that you get, you can share it to the class.
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, others can also evaluate, and those who are done with the evaluation, they can share it to the class. Okay, so have you done it? Anyone in the group or anyone in the meeting, have you done it? So they can share the answer to the class. So overall grading, it can be expressed as, so if I take q by 2 pi epsilon 1 into x for g1, g2 as q divided by 2 pi epsilon 2 into x. So we are going to get voltage which is there if I take q divided by 2 pi on both the sides, I mean both the g1 and g2 equation. I'm going to left out with 1 by epsilon 1. Okay, so that is there as this common factor. So v equals q divided by 2 pi 1 divided by epsilon 1 ln of d1 by d plus 1 divided by epsilon 2 ln of capital D by d1. Okay, so that is what you are going to get it. So are you getting the same answer, Nitish?
Yes, sir. I'll share it in the group now.
Okay, so that's how we are going to do it. And so we know that generally Q is equal to CV, the general formula. You can also find the capacitance as Q divided by Q equation, the voltage equation, what you can substitute here. Okay, so we know that stress is maximum at the surface of the conductor, and I can replace with X as D by 2. And the stress is maximum at the surface of the inner dielectric with epsilon 2, that is G2 max, that will be equal to Q divided by 2 pi epsilon 2 d1 by 2. Okay, So we are going to get a G1 max that will be equal to Q divided by pi epsilon 1 into D, and G2 max that will be equal to Q divided by pi epsilon 2 into D1. Okay, so we are substituting Q in terms of V to get G1 max and G2 max in terms of permittivities and also the voltage term and diameter term. So we are going to get G1 max to be equal to 2V divided by small d times ln of d1 by d plus epsilon 1 divided by epsilon 2 ln of capital D by d1. Okay, so G2 max, again on a similar basis, we are going to get 2V divided by d1 epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 ln of d1 by d plus ln of d divided by d1. Okay, so that's what you are going to get it for G1 max and G2 max in terms of voltage epsilon, that is the permittivities, and also the diameter term. Okay, so what is the condition for equal maximum stress is the next thing. So you are going to use these equations in the numerical problems, G1 max and G2 max. I want you to make a note of it such that we are going to use it in the numerical equations. All right, so that's what we are going to do that. Now next one is the condition for maximum stress. We are going to get equal maximum stress, that is G1 max that would be equal to Q divided by pi epsilon 1 into D, and G2 max that will be equal to Q divided by pi epsilon 2 into D1. Okay, so if I equate both of the things, epsilon 1 into D, that will be equal to epsilon 2 into D1. Okay, so which of the diameters is more? Can anyone tell me which of the diameters is more, D1 or D? Which of the diameters are more? Is it D1 or D? The diameters. Himanshu?
So
Is
D1 is
D1?
more.
Yes. So what we
Yes,
generally
sir.
say here. Did you get my question, Himanshu?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Which one is more, D1 or D?
D1, sir.
Yeah. Good. So we get generally in the cable construction where D1 is greater than D. So in order to satisfy this equation, epsilon 1 should be greater than epsilon 2. Okay, or epsilon 2 should be less than epsilon 1. Okay, so I need to satisfy this equation. The construction of cable is done and the diameters are already fixed. In order to change the dielectrics, I need to ensure that epsilon 1, okay, is greater than epsilon 2. Okay, or epsilon 2 should be less than epsilon 1. Okay, so that is the condition for maximum stress. In such numerical problems, what we are going to solve later, right now, we are going to have such conditions for the maximum stress where you can get the other diameter easily. Okay, instead of going for the longer methods, we can have this condition for equal stress and we can figure it out. Okay, so up to this point, I think it is clear. Epsilon 2 into D1, that will be equal to epsilon 1 into D. Okay, so that is what we have got here. Okay, so any doubts up to this point, do let me know right now, or else I can share. I have already shared it, and I can go ahead to the numerical problems if you don't have any of the doubts. Yes, feel free to unmute yourself and you can let me know if you have any doubts. So you might get a question like this: derive an expression to obtain uniform stress in an underground cable with different permittivities. Okay, so you have to go for capacitance grading. Okay, so different permittivities. If you see the term different permittivities, you have to identify it as the capacitance grading. Okay, so that's how the questions will be there for the next internals. Okay, so you have to analyze which derivation it is and you have to write it. Okay, any doubts up to this point, do let me know regarding both the derivations before we move to the numerical problem session. Any doubts? Okay, assuming that there is no doubts from the student side, and if you have any doubts, you can do let me know right now, or else you can work such derivations. And if you come across any doubts, you can give a call. Okay, fine. So moving on to the next part of the uh, content, that is with respect to the numerical problem. Okay, so write down the problem. A single core lead covered cable, a single core lead covered cable has a conductor diameter of 3 centimeter with insulation diameter of 8.5 centimeter. Okay, conductor diameter of 3 centimeter with insulation diameter of 8.5 centimeter. The cable is insulated with two dielectrics. The cable is insulated with two dielectrics with permittivities 5 and 3 respectively. Okay, epsilon 1 is having a 5 and epsilon 2 is having 3. Okay, so underline insulated with two dielectrics with permittivities 5 and 3. Okay, so permittivity is 5 and 3. So the maximum stress in the dielectrics, in the two dielectrics, are 38 kilovolt per centimeter and 26 kilovolt per centimeter respectively. Then calculate the radial thickness of insulating layers and working voltage of the cable. Okay, so calculate the radial thickness of insulating layers and the working voltage of the cable. Okay, so that's what you are going to find out. All right, so if you have seen what we just covered right now, this problem is with respect to capacitance grading. Okay, so this problem is with respect to the capacitance grading. All right, so I'll give you a minute time. You can note down the problem. I want every one of you to have their calculators with you. I might ask any one of you to give me the solutions. Okay, so we are going to solve 5 problems right now. So if time is there, some of the problems I'll share it. You can give the answers, and some of the problems, 3 problems we can complete, and the other 2 problems I'll be giving it to you. Okay, yes. So shall we proceed ahead if you have done with the problem, the first problem? Shall we proceed? Can anyone just confirm, is it done? Okay, yeah, fine. So note down the given data. First thing what you are going to do is write down the given data. So we got the diameter of the conductor, which is 3 centimeter, and diameter of the intersheath, that is 8.5 centimeter. Okay, so insulation, along with the insulation, we are going to take this diameter as 8.5 centimeter. Okay, so epsilon 1 is 5 and epsilon 2 is 3. Okay, epsilon 1 is 5 and epsilon 2 is 3, and we got G1 max and G2 max as 38 kilovolt per centimeter and G2 max as 26 kilovolt per centimeter. Okay, so up to this point it is clear now. What is the equation that you have got in mind? So we got the G1 max to be equal to Q divided by pi epsilon 1 into D. Okay, so we are going to find out the first one, that is Q. Okay, so then we are going to find out D1. So in order to find out Q, I have G1 max equals Q divided by pi into epsilon 1 into D. Okay, so all the parameters are known here. Pi is taken as 3.1416. So G1 max, okay, so G1 max, it is 38 kilovolt per centimeter. Okay, so 38 into 10 power 3 per centimeter. So 1 into 10 power minus 2. Okay, so we are going to get Q as 1.7907. Okay, so Janavi, just help me in finding out the answers. Janavi or Nidhishri is there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Nidhishri, are you getting the answer? What is the answer for Q, the charge?
Sir, I'm getting the same answer, sir. 1.7907 into 10 per 6 coulomb, sir.
Okay, yes, correct. It's correct. Now, so G2 max you can find it out as Q divided by pi epsilon 2 into D1. Okay. So what is the value of D1 that you're going to get? If you substitute Q, what you have got in the same answer, because it's the same charge that is there. Okay. So we are going to use the same charge what you got previously, and you are going to substitute and you are going to get D1. Okay. So what is the value of D1 that you are going to get here?
7.3 centimeters, sir.
Yes. Okay. So it is 7.3 centimeters. Correct. Okay. So you have to keep it in meter or in centimeter. Fine. So now, how do you find out the thickness of the first and second dielectric? How are you going to find out the thickness? See, you have two diameters. Okay. So if you have two diameters, how are you going to find out the thickness?
Sir,
So we are,
thickness of
yeah.
first dielectric is D1 minus D by 2, and thickness of second dielectric is capital D minus D1 by 2, sir.
Yes, so it is just like what we had done in D1 equals D plus 2T. The same way we are going to understand here. So the thickness of the first dielectric is D1 minus D by 2, and the second dielectric is capital D minus D1 divided by 2. Okay, so substitute the values what you have got it, and thickness of the first dielectric is 2.15 centimeter, and second dielectric is 0.6 centimeter. Okay, so that's what you are going to get it. Okay, so moving on to the next one, we got the other equation. Okay, so I want to find out what is the working voltage. Okay, so the working voltage you can find out with the G1 max or G2 max. You can take any of the equations. I take G1 max here. Okay, so G1 max will be equal to 2V divided by small d times ln of d1 by d plus epsilon 1 by epsilon 2 ln of d divided by d1. Okay, so substitute the values what you have got there, and we are going to get the peak value. Okay, so I want the RMS value from the peak value. Okay, so can you let me know what you are going to get the answer as? Shri Priya? Shri Priya, are you there? I want you to complete the answer. The formula is available. I want you to complete the answer. Okay. Janavi, Kusuma, Janavi, are you there? Mohammad Uzair?
It's it.
Janavi? Yeah.
It's
Yeah. So complete this problem and share the answer. Okay. What is the answer that you're getting? The peak value of the working voltage and RMS value of the working voltage. What is the value that you are going to get? Okay. Yes, Janavi, can you share the answer to the group? Can you share the answer to the group, Janavi, if you are done with the problem? Kusuma?
Sir, RMS value is 46.06 kilovolt.
Okay. Peak value is?
Peak value is 65.13 kilovolts.
Correct, Janavi. Okay. So that's the way which you are going to find out the value of the peak value. Why it is peak value? We have got it as G1 max, which is a peak value. Okay. So in order to find out the RMS value from the peak value, we are going to divide it by √2. Okay. So considering it to be a AC sinusoidal, we are going to divide it by √2. Okay. So moving on to the next problem. Yeah. So the problem goes this way. For the same conductor diameter and overall dimensions, compare maximum permissible potential difference between the core and sheath when the cable is, first one, ungraded with homogeneous dielectric, second one, graded with 3 dielectrics with permittivities 5, 4 and 3. The maximum permissible potential gradient for all dielectrics is same and it is equal to 33 kilovolt per centimeter. The core diameter is 2 centimeter and the sheath diameter is 6 centimeter. Okay. So we have got two cases. We are going to analyze these two cases and you are going to let me know. Okay. So you have to compare between the same conductor diameter and overall dimensions, which is there. And one is the ungraded with homogeneous. So the dielectric is said to be same. Okay. Between the core and the sheathing material. Now I introduce 3 dielectrics, which is 5, 4 and 3. Okay. So I introduce 3 dielectrics with permittivities 5, 4 and 3. Okay. So what we are going to do with potential gradient at 33 kilovolt per centimeter, the core diameter is 2 centimeter and sheath diameter is 6 centimeter. Okay. So let's go for case number 1 and next case number 2, and we are going to find out what is the change. Okay. So what is the working voltage and all. Okay. So I want you to write down this problem, which is 7.8.4. So okay, I want Kusuma to assist me in this problem to find out the solutions. Okay, yes. So the first one is the ungraded homogeneous dielectric. So case 1, we got ungraded cable and we get G max. If you recall the equation, G max will be equal to, in case of an ungraded cable, so it is 33 kilovolt per centimeter. Okay, so we have got this one, which is diameter is 2 centimeter and capital D is 6 centimeter. So what we are going to get G max as 2V divided by D ln of capital D by D. So because the X value what is being obtained here is replaced by small d. Okay, what did you observe here? So we are going to get it as 2V divided by small d ln of capital D by D. Okay, so that is 33 kilovolt per centimeter. Okay, so we are going to get it in kilovolt itself if I write it as 33 because all the values are in centimeter. Okay, so 33, that will be equal to 2V divided by 2 ln of 6 by 2. So we are getting the peak value of voltage as 36.25. Okay, so Kusuma.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so will you get the same answer there in case of
Yes,
the
sir.
first one? Yeah, so the ungraded cable will have a peak value of 36.25. That is a peak value. Okay, so what would be the RMS value? What would be the RMS value?
Kilovolt.
Yeah, 25.63 kilovolt will be the RMS value. Okay, so now I have got 3 dielectrics. I've got 3 dielectrics because this problem is important. I want everyone's attention. I got three dielectrics, that is epsilon 1 greater than epsilon 2 greater than epsilon 3. Okay, so I'll be having three potential gradients, that is G1 max equals G2 max equals G3 max. But in the problem, they have mentioned it to be equal. Okay, to obtain uniform grading of cables, I obtain it, or I can have it as 33 kilovolt per centimeter. Okay, so what I can write it, epsilon 1 D equals epsilon 2 D1 equals epsilon 3 D2. Okay, so I can equate this equation and I can get what is D1 and what is D2. Okay, so can you do it? What is D1 you are getting? It is 2.5 centimeters, and D2 it is 3.34 centimeters. Okay, hope it is clear right now. So this is the values that you are going to get it. So D1 equals 2.5 centimeters and D2 is 3.34 centimeters. Okay, so G1 max, what you are going to get it as the equation what we have written. So this is for a G1 max. Okay, so considering three dielectrics. Okay, so epsilon 1 by epsilon 2, next epsilon 1 by epsilon 3. Okay, so ln of capital D by D2. Okay, so that is what you are going to get it. Fine. So Kusuma, can you solve this and let me know the answer to the class, the peak voltage and the RMS voltage?
Yes, sir. I'm doing. So peak value is 51.53 kilovolt.
Okay, correct.
RMS is 36.44 kilovolt.
Okay, very good. So you can share certain answers to the group. You can share it later after the class ends. Okay, fine. So with that note, we got the working voltage in RMS value. What you can compare here is you can have the dielectrics, the working voltage will be more. Okay, so considering different dielectrics, and here if the cable is ungraded, okay, if the cable is ungraded, so the voltage will be less here. Okay, so the voltage will be less. Okay, so that is what you can compare with the ungraded cable and the graded cable. Okay, so I'll give this problem, which is 7.8.5. I want this problem to be solved by, okay, so I want this problem to be solved by Suprita D. Babu. Okay, so you can solve this problem. Next one, we got 7.8.6. I want this problem to be solved by Himanshu Katana. Himanshu, are you there? Himanshu has left the meeting. I think he has is there, yeah. Okay, the last problem.
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
Yeah, I've already given a problem to you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the next problem, Rohan will do it. So I've already shared the problem in the class group. Three more problems which are there. So solve it. If you come across any such queries, do let me know. I'll be happy enough to share the solutions in the next class. Okay. So with this note, let me stop recording right now.